Guys, so Animal Crossing New Horizons just had its 2nd year anniversary, and to celebrate that, since Nintendo didn't do anything, I'm gonna show off my lovely collection that's right behind me. And you know, Animal Crossing is like my favorite game and favorite franchise even from Nintendo, so I think you can already tell, but we're gonna get deeper into this collection, so stay tuned for that. So we're gonna start it off with the game that started it all, and I think I'll go ahead and start off with the Japanese game, since the game really originated in Japan. So this truly was the first game, other than the N64 games, but I don't have those yet. So someday I will, and I'll show them off when I do get them. But we'll start it off with this, and you know, it's really beautiful. I really love it, and it was actually a gift from the Snow Bro. So if he's watching, thank you so much. I really love it. So the case art really, I really like this. I think that all the foreign country case arts is much better than America's, but I mean that's just a personal opinion. And then if you get inside, it's just it's so beautiful, really. The manual, this right here, this memory card. Personally, I'm like a huge fan of the memory cards. Like, I don't know, I think a lot of people are, but like personally, I just get so stoked about these little Animal Crossing memory cards. And I think that the Japan one with the little gyroid is better, even though the American one has Rover on it. I don't know, I just kind of like the little gyroids. So, and then the disc itself too is actually like really cool design. So yeah, just this whole case is really just absolutely stunning, and there's just not enough words to express how much I think that this is just a really good looking game. So we'll go ahead and put this one back in its case. And then I also have the American version. So, you know, like I said, kind of, it's good. I like it a lot, actually. I really do like the case art. I think that the colors and stuff are, really well put together. So inside, you got your manual and your game. Oh, wait, no, not the game. Right here. Actually, I do have the game. Boop, it's right behind there. So yeah. So, didn't know that was in there. So you got your game in there. And right here, the memory card slot. The memory card was actually in my GameCube, so I didn't have that in the case, but I do have the memory card. And this is an original game. All of these are authentic original games, so just something cool to have in the collection, especially authentic. So now I don't know if you guys remember, but in our Q&A video, I showed off my favorite item, which was the Animal Crossing guide, and I have it sitting pretty on my shelf, and inside you've got just the old graphics too from the game. Is just I really like seeing that kind of old graphics and all that, because this wasn't my time. This was kind of before I was born, so it's really cool just to see this kind of stuff. And I have a passion for this, much like the Snow Bro. So yeah, so this is definitely my favorite item still to this day. My favorite item in my collection, even though it has grown significantly from then. So yeah, so this is the first game, and I don't know, there's just the thing, seeing what started the whole franchise off is just a really cool thing to see personally, I think. Let's move on to the next one. This wasn't part of my collection, but some of you may remember in the original Animal Crossing that I just showed, you could get like classic NES games or a few Mario items, unlimited bells, kind of just some cheat codes with this disc right here. So figured I'd just show this off because it's kind of cool. I mean, it was a part of the game, and it was just kind of cool to see, how that works back then, that you needed a disc in order to sort of modify the game. But inside it's got, I guess this is kind of like its manual, and then the disc, of course. So yeah, I think this is kind of cool, and figured I would show it off. Alright, on to the next game. Alright, so next up is Animal Crossing Wild World, and there's not too much to say about it. I mean, this was the first Animal Crossing game that I ever played, I think. I'm pretty sure it was either this one or the GameCube one, so I have a lot of nostalgia for this game. But as far as the art and stuff, I mean, not too big of a fan, but of course, you know, inside you've got your game, you've got your manual, all of its inserts, everything, so 100% complete. And there's, yeah, see, like, with the DS games, you know, you don't have a lot of room for art on it, which I understand, but from what they did, I mean, honestly, I think that it looks good. I really like the shade of green, too, but, like I said before, as far as case art, not a whole lot to say about it, just that I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I still play it. I still have a lot of, fond memories of this game, so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this game, but honestly, great game. So next up we have City Folk, and personally, I mean, I'm playing this one right now actually. Not a huge fan of it. I think that the other ones are better. But of course, you know, you've got your game and the manuals. Most of these will have the manuals. I'm pretty sure all of them actually have the manuals. Because, you know, I want a complete collection, a 100% complete collection. And I think most people do with the game that they like. So, City Folk and the art, I think that they stepped up their game from Wild World. I think that it's actually a lot better, which is the kind of the thing that I like about it. But honestly, that's kind of the only thing they got going for them for this game. So, not too much to say about that. Animal Crossing New Leaf. This game, I got this for my birthday, like, a long time ago, a few years ago. So, I got it with my 3DS, the original 3DS when they first came out. And so, I have a lot of nostalgia for this game. I spent hours playing this game, much like New Horizons, were just all the time, hours. And, you know, playing this all the time, really, and looking back at it, it's just so much nostalgia for this game. It's incredible, and it's one of my favorite games, to be honest. And you pop it open, you know, you have to have the manual. I kept the manual, the game, so, you know, keep it nice and safe, because I absolutely adore this game. And even though I was younger and wasn't really into collecting the manuals and stuff, I still knew that I needed to keep good care of this game, because it was my favorite game. It was all I wanted to play. I had tons and tons of DS games, tons of 3DS games, but no, this is what I wanted to play. And I think that's kind of the catalyst for why I love this franchise so much, was just this game right here. So, a lot to say about it, a lot of nostalgia, not too much about the art, just kind of that it's my personal, I wouldn't say favorite, I mean, it's just one that I played the most, and it's kind of the one that I'm attached to the most, I would say. So, yeah, that's just pretty much what I have to say about it. Let's move on to the next one. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. Now, for those of you that know, this was when those Amiibo cards were first introduced, and if you open it up inside, I have the special DJKK inside. And not only that, but there is also a Amiibo card insert on there, kind of just talking about what the Amiibo cards do since they were first introduced in this game. So, of course, you've got the what are Amiibo cards, you got your manual, you got all that, and all the inserts, so everything, it is 100% complete. You got your game, and I put this one aside, because back then, when the Amiibo cards were still pretty good, or pretty popular, you could buy them in certain packs, and there was a series, I believe, there's different series with different villagers, but I put this one aside. This is Bob, my favorite villager, actually. I really love this guy. I have him in New Horizons, and I talk to him every day. So he holds a special place in my heart. And of course, we've all seen the little video of him dancing, and that's just, I think it's really cute. So I was really happy to get this Amiibo card, and I have it sitting on my shelf, separate from everything else. Like, it's just on there, like, in its own little world, like, this is on a pedestal. It's Bob. So yeah, I've got those two, and then of course, you know, you got the KK sitting inside of the game itself, because I feel like with this game you gotta have an Amiibo card inside of it, so that you kind of, just to remember about this is how the Amiibo card started. So that, I think, is kind of cool, much like how the game itself started, you know, with the GameCube version. So that, I think, is pretty cool. And I think there's two games left, so let's get into those. Okay, so as much as I love Animal Crossing, and I mean, I'm sure you guys know that I love Animal Crossing, but this one I just don't have a lot to say. And for those of you diehard Animal Crossing fans, I think that you know which one is coming up. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival for the Wii U. This game, and I mean, you know, being an Animal Crossing fan, this was a cool one to see, like, oh, a new Animal Crossing game, and it's for the Wii U, this is gonna be amazing. No. Personally, I think that it is the worst Animal Crossing game that they ever made, and, you know, I still have it. I bought it when, it first came out, so I still have it, but I haven't played it, like, much. I played it, like, once, so, of course, you know, it has its manual, and the disc is clean, because I haven't used it, so, you know, it's complete, so there's no risking that I'm gonna lose the manuals, but just not a lot to say about this one, just that it was, I believe, the worst Animal Crossing game. Let's keep it that way, though. We'll have better Animal Crossing games in the near future. So, let's get on to the last one. Alright. Happy birthday, Animal Crossing New Horizons. This game just turned 2 years old yesterday. And this was the game that kind of saved us all from 2020, which we don't even talk about that anymore. But this one, hours spent on this game. And I mean, I think I speak for a lot of you guys that this game kind of was just kept us occupied and just throughout this. So I think that all of the Animal Crossing fans kind of hold a special place for this one in their hearts, which I know I do. I mean, it was a very interesting game to see, sort of like with new islands and kind of a new experience, sort of drifting away from that town kind of deal. So I think that it was really cool to see a difference in Animal Crossing, and it was a really good idea to put like different things to do, like crafting and cooking now, and then you've got most of your important NPCs in there. I think actually all of them, the main NPCs are in the game, which was good, but recently they just stopped updating this game, which I'm a little sad about, because they didn't do anything for their anniversary, which is a bummer, but that's alright, because this is similar to New Leaf, I think, where I just kind of hold a special place for it in my heart, just because even though it's a new game, like, I don't have any nostalgia for it necessarily, but I have a lot of love for this game. And then getting inside, of course, I didn't have a manual, and the game is not in here because it is in my Switch right now. So I mean, I think that you could tell how much I love it, because I'm playing it right now. So that's all for the games. But I am gonna show the limited edition Switch and the box that I've kept for 1 year, because I got it on the second release. I wasn't able to get it on the first release, so 1 year pretty much. Yeah, I think that's when it came out. So I've been holding that box for 1 year, and let's take a closer look. Alrighty guys, our final item for this video, the Animal Crossing limited edition Switch, and here it is, all beautiful in its dock, which I think is actually really cool looking. And then, of course, like I said, the game is in it, and So we'll go ahead and put that right back in there and turn it off. So yeah, the dock I think is actually, you know, really cool looking, and the controllers, I cannot say enough about these controllers. I really, really like the colors of these controllers. I think that it's the best Switch out there, the best Joy-Con colors out there. Personally, that's what I think. I don't know too much what to say about it, other than that it is actually just a very, very beautiful console. But let's get into the box. Hey guys, so here is the box, and not a whole lot about it. Actually, this art is really beautiful. I mean, the contents in it right now, just not a lot in there, but the art itself, I'm just a huge fan of. Like, I really think that this is just a very beautiful thing to sit on the shelf while you know, holding the rest of my collection. But you know, if you get just a good look of the whole box itself and everything, I mean, I think that you would agree that this is absolutely beautiful. And as far as the contents inside of this box, you don't really have a whole lot. I mean, you know, you got where the Switch was, which of course I've taken out, and then the only thing I have in here is the little Joy-Con straps that came with the console. I just keep them in here since I don't use them, and it's just something to put in the box. And then of course you still got all the styrofoam and the little health and safety information. So I'll go ahead and put this back in here the way that it goes. Alright, so yeah, not a whole lot, but I remember getting this and I was so stoked because I like saw this and was like, oh my god, and I just popped it open and there it was in all of its glory. Just the beautiful, beautiful Switch. And then immediately played Animal Crossing. So yeah, this box I think is absolutely beautiful, and you know, I just really think that it's a good thing to sit on the shelf. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. But yeah, I think that it's really cool. If you guys enjoyed kind of getting a little bit of a better look at my Animal Crossing collection, I really just kind of wanted to show it just to celebrate Animal Crossing New Horizons' 2nd anniversary. And yeah, I mean, like I said, it's my favorite game, favorite franchise. Lots to talk about. So really hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to subscribe so you can watch my future videos. And I'm still trying to get the live streams going. I had a little bit trouble. That was what I was supposed to do this week, but didn't end up getting that working. So I'll keep trying though, and maybe in the future I'll do some game streams.